Yes, we're back in the boat again! The boys are back, yeah!
It's good to see them.
Has your dad finished with that, doing that thing with that Hoover down there now?
He looks at somebody and I still can't.
You like singing the DMAs?
No, I know who
Nicola
you mean.
Sturgeon's husband.
I don't, like, I'm thinking the same guy. It's the same guy. It's like Right Said Fred or somebody.
No.
Get butchered again, didn't I?
Okay, let's see it. Just show that fade on the side. No, the other side's worse.
Do you know what you went in for? You went in and asked for an Alfredo, didn't you?
No, but it's free. There's 3 guys that sit there and you go in and it depends what one you get. But all 3 give you a complete different haircut.
See when the 3 of them are standing at the barber, see when they're all got the sticks like that, it's a pretty obvious which one that he'll go for.
Honestly, mate, it's shocking. It reminds me of something, but I can't say his name. Can't say his name, but it does remind me of something.
Mate, it's really annoying me.
And then on the opposite, you've got that fucking thing.
Steptoe. Remember Steptoe?
Who's Steptoe?
You got your hair looking well as well there.
I have done it. I know, he's just went and butchered it. He's absolutely butchered it, wee man.
Steph says to me, she went, did you see your Hearts game at the weekend? And I was like, what? And she went, Andy looking great when he came on.
Aye.
That was a what?
Aye.
She went, point picture.
Aye.
Yes, look
Jude's
well,
Jude's wanting a bra.
Uncle Andy.
It is coming in well, but isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
really well, aye.
Getting them, mate. Aye.
You're a wee bit like a tenny boy today.
No, do you know what I look like this jacket? Do you want a chicken first hatches? That's what I look like, mate. A hatch chicken.
So fuzzy, mate.
That is so fuzzy.
He looks like an egg with a
And I
jacket
fucked
on
my
it.
tash as well.
How'd that happen?
I was trying to kind of just go and I fucking zinged it, man. So if I had to shave that as well, it's terrible.
Tell you who's brilliant with the podcast. Scotty Arm was great.
Oh,
wasn't
who was that? Who is that? Well,
No wonder
I like
Campbell
who's that?
fucking hates him, innit? By the way, we've seen you at the snooker jumping on the snooker table. What was that? Your pubes blended in that you fucking flung on the table?
Shaved them.
What was that a protest of? Too many pubes at the snooker? You said John Higgins has got too many pubes.
It's probably
I know who it is. See the wee guy Leo that walks about Glasgow City Centre?
Aye.
That's it.
The wee raver.
The Raver guy, the Camden guy.
He's a great wee guy on it. He's a great wee guy.
That's
You got a video of him for a while, thing,
Aye,
didn't
we done a while
you? That
thing,
went viral, didn't it?
He
20
went
views.
72 views.
Kev O'Kindon back. Right, you say the robots battered just scared duck. Holy fuck, mate.
The machines.
They're the ones you said are a joke.
They're always good. They're very good. They've got a good setup. They always have.
Hey, you bounced back at the weekend.
Bounce back ability. Boys were good Saturday. Good
Fans were
result.
brilliant. Go again Tuesday.
How was Jude?
Fans were brilliant. Jude, I tell you what,
Brilliant.
Jude's been excellent. Jude's been really good.
He could make me a
He's,
few quid.
See, regardless of every single week we play, his boy is consistent every week. He's got a great attitude. He wears them shorts like he's dar. Are we up to his nipples?
isn't it?
Oh, he does.
And then Stephen, my assistant coach, goes,
No.
Jude, take them down. I take them down.
Wait, your assistant coach, you say what to my boy?
He went, pull them down a wee bit.
Take them to fuck's sake, man.
I'm assistant.
Get out, mate.
He says, I says, pull him down a wee bit, Jude. I says, a bit too high. I says, didn't be a trendsetter like your dad. I bet my dad's cool.
He started saying that. Me and him have started. We never used to like each other, but we're pals. Mate, best thing ever. Best thing ever. I was watching their game Saturday, and they've got. I'm not naming names or that. They've got a wee boy who's a really good player. So half time comes. So in where they play, you need to go inside the school for a toilet. So I'm going to jump for a piss before the second half starts. So I've got to walk in there and I see this older guy kind of walk towards us and he's like, is that your boy in the middle of the pitch with the... And I was like, no, but he's a good player, mate. You should look at him. I'm going to tell you who the boy scouts for. So they walk from there into the thing, we're getting a right good chat about football, kids, like what they're doing, how well your team are doing. And we get in just before the toilet and he goes like, right, I'm away for a shite. I'll speak to you later. Missed the game.
Missed off the game to do a shite.
That's what he went. He actually tapped my leg. He went, right, I'm away for a shite. I'll speak to you later.
How long did your games last?
25 minutes each.
Oh, he's missing that, isn't he?
He only came out for the last 5 minutes. Sweating, he's panning, man, like that. Incredible.
Brilliant.
How's the camps go?
Amazing.
I know they went amazing because I've seen a couple of families being repossessed at their houses.
We
James
and Alan came down.
I was going to say Aldo went, didn't
honestly, you were going to come down, weren't you?
Aye.
Didn't fancy it,
Busy,
did you?
mate.
Don't like the kids, don't you know?
I said
like
I'll come down this week, mate.
How was James and Alan with the boys?
Brilliant, mate. Just amazing. But you think of the career he's had and he's still got time.
Has James got kids, Slaney?
No.
No yet? Brilliant. That's great for them.
So what did they do? Just like a Q&A?
Q&A, came down. I can't say much.
Is it all the same? Is it still the same kids?
A few different. But amazing, mate. Imagine meeting your hero at that age. All through me that's created that.
Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean?
So why did you get me doing the last 2 times? Just changes the hero.
So the boys are paid £100 a week to meet James Forrest.
No way. Listen, it's all reasonable, isn't it? All reasonable.
How much have you made out of it, seriously?
Mate,
you just he texts me the link to the thing and just put money signs underneath it.
And that you didn't. No, I mean, I'm out of pocket with that. Told you that, only businessman, 10 grand out of pocket. Shocking.
What about wild things made you do though?
No, that's lost me even more.
Is that what all the kids got for their £100 a can of Wild Thing?
What's the deal with Wild Thing? Is Wild Thing still going?
I've seen it everywhere, Wild Thing. It's doing really well.
I don't know how to get it going. Really, I'm at the stage.
Well, there again, he's drinking a fucking Red Bull.
You know this? You know
Oh, incredible.
John Higgins, 13-2.
Brilliant.
And I know
crab salads, isn't it?
What about that guy that Ronnie was playing? He said to Ronnie, time the likes of Ronnie O'Sullivan moved aside for the young team. I need ball 13-1 Bosch.
I know, but then he was up his arse on Instagram after it as well.
I seen Ronnie O'Sullivan play a guy and the guy just went up, bang for the
there was previous on that.
Because Ronnie did that to him.
Oh, did he?
Why did you do a snooker podcast today?
You're dressed for it. Seriously, what were you protesting for on that snooker table?
That wee guy was looking at me, wasn't he? When I think of that. Brutal.
He's put you on the spot.
No, he's killed me there.
I thought you were bringing a guitar as well.
Fuck. Need to bring that next week, definitely.
Right, okay. Who's wanted to Grosvenor?
It's good to have you back, Paul.
It is good to have you. And Andy.
Derek was brilliant.
Mate,
he's carried the show.
He's my favourite. Oh, thanks very much. He's my favourite person in the whole world now.
Derek was amazing last week.
He's incredible. Me and him are going for a few pints on Thursday if anybody fancies it.
Thursday night, I don't know if I'm available.
No, maybe not you. If he's fancy it after the Cup show.
Tuesday the day, innit?
Tuesday the day, so a couple of days. Thursday, if you want to park your taxi up.
Thursday? No, I've got the immediately got a game Thursday.
So you're going out for half an hour then, if it's just you and Dale, because a few pints he's up the road.
Up the road at 6, so that's why I need you to come.
He was outstanding.
Isn't he?
Yes,
what a guy.
He's just likeable, he's just relatable.
But what is it? He has changed though. He's always been a great guy, but he used to be the serious guy, didn't he?
I know.
Anything else that you've critiqued that you've seen from the outside that you've not been happy with?
Better for you. What did you think watching it from the outside?
I agree with you. I thought Dale was brilliant. I'm not sure who that guy was that was standing next to him, Scott Allen. I don't know where he's came from.
I got a 1-star through the week.
Did you?
My topic of conversation wasn't the ideal.
Who was the bastard?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Oh, is it anonymous?
It's all anonymous. Don't know who gives you the 1 stars. Picked up loads of people that loved the show, by the way.
I met a wee boy yesterday in a tune, 12-year-old.
Right, so you're meeting 12-year-olds in the tune. I think you met again.
But he loved the show and it was his birthday. But actually, it was intimidating when I met him. And I didn't even give him a tenner or anything. Do you know what I mean, for his birthday?
Why would you give him a tenner?
He signed up to Boca for it at the weekend, skint. He signed him up to Boca for the summer camp.
No, but it was his birthday, wee guy, and I was sure he said he loves the show, but I forgot to get his name.
Do you remember we did the Idol for the first time? We were doing the mad rehearsal bit at the start, and the guy that was working in security says, "Mate, my boy will be sitting second row, going to give him a shout out during the show."
You're like, man, no bother, mate, I'll give your son a shout out. By the way, before we get into Scottish stuff, what about that wee prick Zinchenko at the weekend?
What did they?
I never saw it.
Mate, so they go through, his man fucking scores 2 goals, then he's like that to all the Arsenal players.
Oh, and they're in the middle of the pitch. I seen a picture.
No, he's too much.
Yeah, I don't like all that.
Been there 2 minutes, mate.
Nah, couldn't get a game for Man City.
Mate, I was like, I've been at Man City, I've done this, come here.
No, I couldn't get a game for them.
Oh, mate, what are you doing?
He just done that before, didn't he?
Shut up.
His man scores every game. What do you think he brought him and said? Jake Tierney's better than me.
Yes. 100%.
You're disgusted that Arsenal are going to fuck it in there.
I hate Arsenal.
Top of Tierney got Newcastle 30 mil.
Mate, what about them yesterday? Holy hell.
Spurs here doing that, aren't they? What about that final?
What about the that's on the side for them? Is that big scout?
He's not
is that big scout that did a shite the weekend? I'm convinced. He's a Tottenham manager.
Tottenham are bad,
right, Grosvenor Sport, who's doing it? Take it away.
It's fabulous. For new sign-ups with your £10 bet. Sign up at gsport.com/open goal.
We need to give congrats this time of season. Stirling Albion went up at the weekend.
Brilliant. Stirling, yep.
Amazing. Greg Spence who came into us.
What a hero.
Brilliant, a great
also,
Brecon
won the Highland League.
Brecon did win the Highland League, beat Bucky away, which hey, it's not for everyone, but it's only a select few that done that.
Stick your neck in the line. Spartans will beat them though. Spartans will beat Brecon.
No,
I'm not saying enough of
I
Brecon.
would say Brecon will beat Spartans.
Would you?
Yep.
I'd have fancied Bucky to beat Spartans, but I'm not too sure about Brecon.
I think Spartans will win
There's always a mad rumour that Bucky didn't want to go. They like being in
because of travelling for them.
They like being in the Highland League.
You might be able to help this one. See that in the West of Scotland League side, Beef, can they go up? Is there something they've got some kind of limitation? They can't go.
The floodlights, in the facilities. But I don't know if the second place takes it or it just the bonnet will be Linlithgow that'll just go straight.
Oh, will it?
I don't know.
Interesting.
What did you all do the weekend before we move on?
I was
you were up Dundee, weren't you, mate?
Good day, mate. Great day.
I had food poisoning.
Did you?
Aye.
What did you have to eat from where?
I had a Chinese after the game at the weekend.
Oh, no good.
Been dying, man. There were 85 shits on Sunday alone.
Did you?
How sore is that in your arse? But after a while, you can't wipe anymore.
Did you get ring sting,
Me and the scout. Can I say together?
I've got a story to tell you. Got a story for last week to tell you.
Go on.
So Lynn was tidying out the medicine cupboard because Hardy was going on a school trip, so she was doing the survival kit for him, right? She's found a fucking bottle of what do you call that stuff? Laxative. Aye. So I went, she says to me, do you want a cup of tea? I says, I'd love a cup of tea. So I put the cup of tea down, put the tea bag in, I went and did a wee toilet quickly. She's thought I'll put some of this laxative in, so she's fucking counted the laxative into the tea, right, for a joke. Then somebody's phoned her, right? So she's been away up the stair to speak on the phone. I've come out the shiter and thought I better put the milk and sugar into it, right? Put the milk and sugar and then just necked it because it was semi-warm by this time. Necked it. And she went, you didn't drink that tea, did you? I went, aye. Very sweet. And she went, oh no, she said, I put that laxative in for a laugh, but I was going to come back down and empty it out before.
I
says, but I forgot all about it. I went, you're joking, aren't you? She went, no, I'm not joking, right? So I took the kids training, right? And I was like, oh my God, I can actually feel this. I thought, I'm just paranoid. She's not actually done it. And I said, Lynn, seriously, just tell me, have you done this? She went, aye. I swear to God, see, for the next 12 hours, I was shit everywhere. Even Tom was lying beside me and Dad, your stomach's making some noises. It was like that fucking scene out of Dumb and Dumber where and every time I tried to go, couldn't he sit still?
Was it stinking?
Oh, it was fucking horrible.
Why is it?
That's the worst. See if you're on the
Stand watching them.
Slaney's uncoring.
Do you take all your clothes off for a shite or just pull your jeans down?
No, I just finger. Somebody, I had no shit.
He takes everybody's clothes off and he's done a shite.
I'm scared in case it flicks out my boxes or that.
I know somebody does it. He's actually got on in his house, he's actually got a hook on his toilet door, so when he goes in, he strips naked and then sits there and does a shite naked.
I did that. See if I'm going off a night out, I would take all my clothes off.
Aye, so there's no
smell of shite on your clothes.
I'm showing one down bar toilet, you're sitting in the spot.
You must do your clothes off in McDonald's, not in P-Mark. You do a shite everywhere too.
Right,
I know a guy that wipes under his buzz, doing it up. That's mad, that.
Baby wear up.
Wipe under what?
Wipes,
I sometimes
after shit, he wipes that way. Like,
go back, like.
Aye, obviously, but he wipes it under his buzz. Fucking shitty gooch.
Exactly what the
But we need to say the hair is fucking unreal, isn't it? That is incredible. I swear on my two kids. She said that.
Just give her number after.
Raging.
See what I can do.
Your hair's looking really good. No, serious, that's looking cracking.
Better, aye. I didn't even hear. I woke up this morning at 4, didn't I? I just straight to
it's looking great, mate.
It's not the first ball. He keeps. You notice with his haircut, right? Whenever I bring it up, right, he obviously goes for that straight shave across, and because he's got the cows like here in the corner, he gets him to shave that wee bit in, and you can always see you see every time he's had it shaved, it's white. The rest of his forehead's got a tan.
I'm gonna get to that makes that crack.
Maybe you get some arse in your chin, I know you.
Yeah, I've got a big chin.
Bum chin, it's terrible, isn't it? I end up in the eyebrows. I'm actually the ugly in the world, mate. That, mate, there's something like my tash doesn't grow forward, my hair doesn't grow forward, my nose is square.
You're nearly there.
I've never clocked that before.
Wee Benjamin Button there.
It's a bad look.
Oh, brilliant.
Struggling. That is cracking. Onto the footy. Take it away, Paul.
Let's do it, mate.
Who we got first? Aberdeen Rangers.
Barry Robson, my word.
What a job.
Incredible.
Is that 7 on the trot?
8. 8 out of 10.
No, I think it's 7 on the
It's on the
trot.
trot, but 8 out of 10.
You've got the trots.
I had the trots on Tuesday.
Can you believe, but that same team get beat with Darvel? And then watch them now.
It's incredible, mate, isn't it? The difference in it.
Do you think Aberdeen fans must get so annoyed though at the players at the same time though? How you can perform it? I know it comes down to the manager, but the performances were put in was shocking.
By the way, the football monitoring board saying that Aberdeen's performance wasn't great against Rangers. Any of you watched it?
Rangers could have been. Rangers had a lot of chances in the first half, didn't they?
And they know something like six clean sheets at the 7 as well, Aberdeen.
Is that what it is? Aye.
No conceded for fucking ages.
I mean, because Hearts would be looking at that for Saturday, like getting their victory and then thinking if Rangers turn up and do the business, keeps the gap close. But now 5 points are drifting into the split. That's tough ask for Hearts to catch that up.
5 points, 5 games.
So what is it he's done at Aberdeen that's made such a difference?
Hard to beat, mate.
What, just working
Definitely
hard?
the main thing,
getting
you've got
passes?
obviously a base of, we're not going to concede any goals, so we're going to leave Duke, who scored 25, Miovski, who scored 20. They're probably going to grab us a goal. So.
They two are very good. I think that's the difference.
Duke was actually poor yesterday, but he's definitely in the short list for player of the year for me. But I thought he was quite quiet yesterday.
Who was sorry?
Duke. I thought he was very quiet yesterday. But Rangers had a lot of chances to have the game out of sight. Sakala, obviously Raskin's chance. Barisic hits the post first half. Clarkson does brilliant to head that one off the line with Morelos because it's actually a decent finish. But
Clarkson's a player as well, mate. What about his ball from Miovski's goal?
He is good. He's
Where was Kent?
He's injured.
Aye.
Will he be fit for next week?
I don't know. I think the main one you want to be fit for Rangers' point of view is Conor Golson. That's 3 of the last 4 games have conceded 2 goals in every game.
Big Davies looked fucking
he looks
didn't he?
Leggy. To be fair to Big John Suter, he's
would you put if Golton came back? Would you put Suter on the left and put Golton?
Aye, definitely. Suter's comfortable. I played left foot or right foot.
Played that left centre back for Hearts all the time, didn't he?
Definitely.
Obviously, I wasn't in after the Celtic game. I actually thought Soapy done very well in the game, and obviously makes a mistake for the goal. But I think he's done well since he's came back.
On Aberdeen, though, what are they waiting on? Give Barry Robson a job now.
He's got
the job, isn't he?
He's got to get it. I thought he was at the time as well. Like, obviously, Steve Agnew was a coach at Middlesbrough when I was in. He's a very good coach. So I think Barry Robson getting him in to help him out in this time being, I've no doubt that's been a big part of how well they've done as well because he is top notch. But you can't not get it now.
No.
The run they've been on.
It's amazing.
But to be fair, I understand. Obviously, there's still a long way to go. There's still 5 games. So in their head, they're probably thinking, no, we're going to give him the job, but don't get it now, don't get any chances to get complacent. And then
even his recruitment's been good at the boy.
But that's what I was going to say, mate. Jim Goodwin still deserves a lot of credit for that. Because I think like the big thing for Aberdeen for me is how well they've recruited this year. I think you look at their starting 11, like 7 or 8 of them came in the summer.
Did Jim Goodwin bring in Duke and Miovski?
Yes, he did.
Aye, so at some point during that season where Jim's lost his job, they players have just kind of lost their way a wee bit. And all Barry Robins had come in and done is basically just pick them up and try to get them, like you say, first and foremost, be defensive a bit stronger, because I think they were leaking too many goals, easy goals. And then when you've got 2 strikers and Duke and Miovski, you're always going to get goals, and I think that balance has been sorted.
Who did they get ready?
Captain Stuart, the Broughton Pollock, just done really well.
Aye, the big, he went down south, didn't he?
Went to MK Dons, didn't he?
MK Dons, that's exactly.
A few bad players played there.
Aye.
That's where you just stick all your shite on loan, didn't you?
It's when you think on the looking out.
Then you just shite your team, you just stick them on loan to MK Dons. How'd you get on down there? Done well down there, eh? Should text him and tell him how to be successful down there, give me a bit of advice.
I think I played a combined 8 minutes down there.
But that was
8 minutes too long.
Fucking.
Done really well down there, mate.
And how many games?
I was surprised how well you done.
I was on, what was it, 5 or 6 sub appearances? My man sister.
Flying then, weren't you?
5 or 6 sub appearances with 8 minutes total. So he played a minute and a half each game.
How long were you on loan for? Like a couple of months?
6 months or something.
6 months, was it?
My man sister came down every week and I was never got on. And they came all the way down there to watch us and all.
What would you put down so well, didn't I? What, you just eating like in that?
Well, they've not kicked on, have they? So
no, exactly. They should have. But that boy, the boy was in charge.
Who, Winkleman?
No, remember him? They made the boy, Winkleman's son. Off.
Claudia.
No, but see Carol Robinson,
No,
no, he wasn't the right manager for me.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I need somebody that's proper serious, no type of fuck all the time.
What would you do the same if Goldson was fit? Would you play Suter and Goldson together?
I would.
Against Celtic?
Definitely.
I like a left foot although I do.
But it's not as if they play out against Celtic every time you need a left footer to start your build up. Do you know what I mean? And Suter could do that as well, can't he, on the left side?
Aye.
It's good to see Suter actually have a couple of good games for Rangers, because obviously having that move there, getting injured early, Rangers fans are thinking, oh, but he's come in and I think he's done well. He's definitely ahead of a pick for me in terms of him or Davis. He's ahead of Davis. I know Davis will give that balance being left-footed, but like you say, against Celtic, do you really need to have a left footer? Because Soapy could end up cutting inside and maybe going that out ball to Sakala if that's how they choose to play, similar to the last time.
Is that what they done against Aberdeen? Was it Sakala and Morelos up front? Or was Sakala more off a side?
It's hard to gauge with us.
I think he's playing off the side, but he is playing close to Morelos. But mate, honestly, see, in a way, like, and I know that sounds a bit stupid, I think it was a kind of blessing in disguise that Rangers get beaten that game, because I think when you look at last week, I think Michael Beale did say, didn't he, that I think it was like 9 of the starting 11 are guaranteed to going to be here next year, but they need a bit more. I don't think it's so. Maybe by a poor result like that, maybe opens his eyes up. Maybe the board then look at it and say, "No, we need to back him a bit more than what we originally thought going into the summer."
Do you think it needs to be a clear out?
They need a good few signings.
They've been there for so long, a lot of the players, though, haven't they?
There's a few in there that, like he said, the 9 out of 11, so that would indicate like Morelos and McGregor. But
I think he actually names.
Is McGregor definitely? Is he
potentially wouldn't he be here next year? But so you're needing a goalie. You don't get cheap goalies. So you're never spend a few quid unless somebody's out of contract. A striker.
Talking about Jack Butland, didn't I? Seen that?
I've seen that.
That'd be a good.
Liam Kelly.
Shot, he's good, mate, out of contract as well, isn't he?
Yeah. But there's like you say, they probably need a clear out. In terms of a clear out, maybe the guys like, do you keep Scotty Arfield, Davis? Are they the types of guys that you say, like, great service, been unbelievable opportunity here?
I think they'll go.
I think they'll go. What about the likes of
Barisic's one for me.
Barisic. Yep, he's not what you would say a fan's favourite, but he seems to play every week because the other boy that came in for Yilmaz has not quite got there yet. But I don't know. If Ryan Jack, is he signing a new contract?
He's out of contract as well. I think they'll give him
I think they'll keep him
another year.
I do like Jack.
You got Aberdeen TV?
I didn't have Aberdeen TV because it's the only one I don't have, but it was on Sky Sports yesterday, so we're all right yesterday. That cost a fortune, that Sky. Don't know how to keep up. Can't get to football finals so I can hear.
How much do you pay a month?
Unbelievable.
Must be $1,000 a month in Football Channel TV.
Just waiting for somebody chat my door.
You're fucked, aren't you? Hey, did you get that thing through your phone yesterday?
The government
your dad had his phone in his mouth.
I didn't get it. Loads of people talk about it. I didn't get it.
What is it?
I turned it off.
That means you're on the list, mate.
Aye.
Coming for your door.
What was it though?
It's just in case we hear like some kind of like major announcement in the UK that every phone will get it.
To me, that's
a fungal pandemic, like Last of Us. Watched that last night. First couple of episodes, good.
Fungal pandemic.
That's what it was, no? Is it not a fungal?
Fungi.
Aye.
No, but that thing that tells me that they're planning something.
Something big's coming.
Aye, something's going to
another pandemic or something?
Aye.
No, more than that, dangerous. More dangerous.
So a meteor.
Something.
But what?
Are they planning our infection for everyone?
Here we go.
Saying?
Open goal conspiracy theories.
We need Matt Letizia for us, didn't we? He's doing well, isn't he? Left Sky, that boy.
He's doing well. He's on one, isn't he?
He's having a meltdown.
Matt's on one, isn't he?
I think they done that drill for him, didn't they? He's made sure they done that. Like Matt.
Incredible. I Celtic, my mother will shock at Celtic Park.
That was a surprise when I seen that score. Surprise.
They off the line.
Didn't they?
They missed a tatty, didn't they, Celtic? I know they were one of the best performances the week before we come out with him, but they don't seem the same.
Is there any news on the
What is it they miss about him?
What is it he's injured with?
Creativity, sorry.
What's he injured with, Tatty? What's he out with?
I'm not sure, mate.
Is he out for next week?
Aye.
I seen some reports that Carter Vickers was out for next week. They played
the weekend. I think he's near something like that. The Football Monitoring Board have told us he's near.
Is that right? He'd be a miss.
Yeah.
He'd be a big miss.
He'd be a massive miss. But,
by the way, we seen a player that was late for pre-match and you had a bit of a shock him. Did you watch the highlights?
I did.
Seen him being late.
Real name.
Can't reveal names now.
What, late for what?
Pre-match.
Premier League match?
Pre-match, aye.
Premier League match?
Boy.
Oh, Celtic boy, was he? And he had a shocker?
Started.
I've seen him going down the motorway.
Shocking.
You could tell he was sweating that he was a wee bit late.
I know.
No surprise it had that performance in it, no?
Nah. Tell you, he didn't prepare right, mate.
What
a job, eh?
Oh, brilliant. Van Veen, mate, what about him?
Yeah, that's a great.
But do you know what? See, generally, right? See, when you look at Motherwell, right? Clarkson's been in at the start of the season. He's brought in a few players. He's trying to play a certain style of play.
David Clarkson,
aye. He's trying to... No, wait.
Hammy,
what am I talking about? Stevie Hamill.
Jeremy Clarkson, can't believe they gave him the job, man.
He's trying to play a certain style of play.
Sorry, mate.
Give a sort of identity to Motherwell, a bit more possession-based football. It's no work. Kettlewells came in, 2 strikers, be a bit more direct results.
Aye.
So it's...
But he changes it well, didn't he? I know they went 2 up. I think Saturday they went just left Van Veen up, didn't they? Kind of defended with 10 and left Van Veen as out ball.
24 goals again this year.
Incredible, mate.
It was a poor goal for Celtic to concede, leaving Greg Taylor exposed at the back from, I think it was a corner.
Yeah.
So you look at that, but still Van Veen's brought that down in the halfway line. And
he's not fast, Van Veen, is he?
No, I wouldn't say he's quick, but
I don't think you'd be worried at the halfway line if you did leave him.
No, that's what I was thinking.
But he moves the ball really well, doesn't he?
Especially with Greg Taylor's performed this season. You'd have fancied on a one-way run, but he just Van Veen kind of ties him up notes a wee bit and then a good finish.
Big O missed a sitter, didn't he?
Aye, the head, he's got
to he done well when he came on, didn't he?
Well, Ben Summers also came on last week.
Aye, what a player, man.
Number, could have chose any number, gave him free choice to number 53.
Was that yours?
Read into what you want.
Was that your number? Hey. Did you get any lower than that?
They said he could take the 8 jersey and he took 53.
Did you ever get any lower than 53?
Hey, what number were you, wee man?
30.
And had he been 30 since?
Frimpong.
Was it?
Aye.
Man, you're linked with Frimpong, huh?
Aye.
See that? 60 million or something? Swear to God, it was something stupid like mental though.
Think Celtic be worried, didn't you, with some of the form?
No.
Nah.
Well, Celtic?
Yeah, I know, it's that question. I don't know why I ask it.
You've written it on here.
25 points.
You're obviously worried, so what is it you're worried about?
I'm not
just
worried
say,
at all.
come on.
I'm not worried.
You said that you're worried, so what are you worried about?
No, I'm not. It's just I've clocked it here because the position they're in is great, and I still think they should have won on Saturday. But Rangers, haven't they been? I mean, they did win. Obviously, they won the performance against Rangers. Haven't they been? But I wonder if it's the standard Celtic have set.
I've never seen you this worried.
No,
stop worrying you.
Hey,
it'll be fine.
No, I think it'll be.
We've obviously not got faith in Ange and the team.
No,
what are you worried about then?
Because Jota was missing Saturday as well. He'll be back for the winter.
How was Haksabanovic? I didn't see the.
I've seen a few things saying he wasn't great.
I think
seems to do better coming off the bench, didn't he, man?
I think after Rangers' defeat there yesterday, this is the only game they've got from now to end the season to actually salvage something from the season. So they're going to be right up for it. So Celtic, for me, will then raise their game. Because we've talked about the last Old Firm game leading up to that. Celtic were behind twice. I think it was to Hibs and to St Mirren, I think it was. And we're saying the performance is a wee bit iffy. And then they played quite well against Rangers, got the result. I don't see anything changing next week.
Do you go along with him that Hatati's such a massive miss? Like, it's mad to think on that well-oiled machine you miss one.
I know, but I wouldn't say he's a massive miss, but he is a miss. Because I do think like he is different to all the other midfielders, isn't he?
He can go by people, can't he?
And he's got a bit of everything, I think.
Yeah.
Like he can tackle, he can run, he can dribble, he can break lines, he can take it. He's
played nearly every game up until he got injured, and then Awata, what do you call him? Is it Awata? Awata's come in and played maybe a handful of games. It's difficult for him to come in and get up to that. If he'd have started the beginning of the season instead of Hatate, and he got to that level, then you're thinking, oh, free flowing, he's comfortable level. He's coming in and listen, still a good replacement.
Do you not think Hatate is a big miss?
Nah, of course he is.
He is a good player. I always think he takes the ball in good positions and under pressure. I think that sometimes allows space for others to get in.
I think O'Reilly and Moy are very much passers, aren't they? They didn't go by, but then they take people at the game where Hatate does that and it forces people to come into positions that leave spaces.
I do think that just energy's massive especially in a game like this where it's going to be stretched at times as well. I've heard through the grapevine the boy Awat is a joke.
Oh, have you? What grapevine's that? John Boyd, isn't it?
Aye.
No, who is that source?
Who's the source?
Is it a player at Celtic?
No.
You heard he was shite.
But it's a connection.
Text me saying heard about as shite.
In training that he's supposed to be.
Is he, huh?
An SPL player, what player for Celtic did an SPL player tell me who's the best backcountry mile? Don't you answer because you know.
So it's Kyogo then.
So Jamesy Forrest was said to you.
No, another SPL player.
Another SPL player. Celtic.
He's only got 2 pals in the world.
I speak to a lot of SPL boys. So
don't Nicky Devlin.
No, it's not Nicky Devlin. You get that? It's not Nicky Devlin. A player at SPL said somebody at Celtic is head and shoulders above them all.
It's got to be Hatate.
Aye.
I think Hatate's. It's hard though. I think there's been about 5 different times in the season where you've thought, oh, he's been Celtic's best player this season. But I do think I think
Hatate in that position.
I think Hatate's at the biggest ceiling at the Celtic players. I think Hatate could play.
He says to me that he thinks Alan Power's is the most creative midfielder in SPL.
Nah.
On Kyogo, what about his turn and finish on Saturday? Just missed.
You want to praise him for his miss?
No, but just his movement to get to that point. And he's saying about the ceiling, so he's meaning like Hatate can go. But see for Kyogo, what he does in around the area, his ceiling's massive because that's.
I've never heard that before. Like ceiling.
You picked him up for his?
No, this ceiling because that's quite low. But,
so you think Kyogo's on a par with Hatate? Is that what you're saying?
Aye, they're in different positions, obviously.
So you have to pick one player in Celtic squad that you think can go to the highest level possible. Who do you think it would be? Hatate, innit? Hatate or Kyogo, but I think
Scott
Hatate.
Bain.
Aye.
No,
Probably,
Hatate.
to be fair.
I'd go Hatate, definitely Hatate.
The way English clubs just pick their choice goalies, mate.
That's a dream. I've told you, that's a dream job. It's my dream job. Third choice goalie in English Premier League, sit with the big Jack.
Scott Carson,
Scott Carson or what's the other boy?
40?
Steve Harper was the one.
I don't think Rangers can replace Kent. I don't.
Can replace? In what way? In terms of his numbers?
No, he's no numbers. I hear this a lot. I hear Faddy who criticise him a lot, but for me, Kent, Rangers can't replace him. He's so good on the ball, Ryan Kent. I believe so. People going about his numbers, I think too much.
Really?
Aye. I think if you had you look at Abada, you look at Jota, you look at all these players, their numbers are great. I think you put Ryan Kent, his numbers would go up. For Rangers, I think he's our best player.
Would Ryan Kent be?
Because a lot of people have been criticising him recently.
Ryan Kent in a Celtic team, right?
He's surprised he beat yesterday, no playing.
Then you see a different type of Ryan Kent.
I think it's impossible to say, innit?
What I will say is buying somebody for 7 million and then losing them for it for ease.
Good business, isn't it?
That's good business, aye.
Need him on Wildfing, didn't we?
That business model that Rangers needs.
Need him on Wildfing board.
You're needing Andy Barrowman in there.
Peter saying Ross Wilson's went to Nottingham Forest, he's went to Wildfing,
I take care, aye. It's the boy we need, innit? Fuck me, man.
So you think really think Ryan Kert's
brilliant, aye. He just excites the life at me when he gets on the ball.
I mean,
his numbers.
No, he's a good player, but I didn't. His numbers irreplaceable.
He's technically Rangers' best player, right?
Aye.
But I still do think, like, for the last sort of 2-3 years, I've said all the time, like, he's still got more in him, I still don't think he's done as much as he should for a boy of his ability, because his ability is fucking...
I think Tom Lawrence is fit. Tom Lawrence does just as well as Ryan Kent.
Think so?
No.
They're completely different players, though.
But I think when Kent was fit, when Lawrence was fit at the start of the season, probably had more assists, much more goals than what Kent gives you.
And probably look at your man that's...
He will be a miss.
Tom Cantwell. How many assists has he got in the short period of time?
Three goals, 5 assists.
Well,
there you go. So he could replace Kent.
He's done well, to be fair.
So they've already got somebody in the building that could replace him. He thinks they can't get anybody.
Well, you see, like yesterday when he doesn't play, first defeat, boots in a Celtic for Bale when he doesn't play.
What about the Tillman thing? Because I seen again a bit of stick for him. Would you pay the 5 million?
I don't think I'd pay the 5.
Would you?
I would.
I don't think I would.
Why would you? And why would you know?
I would, but it completely depends on how much budget Rangers actually have. Because see, if their budget's 7 million, I wouldn't spend 5 out on one player because I think they need
more than that.
More than that. But the boy's 20-year-old. People forget how young he is. Because I see a lot of people talk about, Alex Lowry deserves a chance. Like, Tillman's the same age as Alex Lowry.
Yeah.
And for me, his potential is massive. I do think there's been a bit of criticism in terms of I don't think he's done as well as he should in the bigger games, the games against Celtic and like, which I do agree with. But again, like I said, 20-year-old, there's so much room for him to.
What was it? How much I think Cantwell was roughly?
Probably $1 million or something.
So if you could go and get guys like him for $1 million, would you need to go and pay 5 million for Tillman?
No, that's where I would look at it. I think genuinely, if you're looking at some squad players in the Prem or even players that are playing in the Championship, I watched a guy yesterday playing for West Brom, Swift up front.
John Swift.
I thought he was really good.
His brother Suzuki's a good player, isn't he?
Aye. And his
sister
Taylor's no bad.
Good. John Swift's been about, and he's been a good player.
I thought he was decent, and I thought so. My point would be is that there is players out there. I know Andy's saying he's only 20.
Oh,
but you're buying him. You're buying £5 million.
But needle there, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's just he is 20 years old. Most Rangers fans would say it's the big games, like Andy said, alluded to at the beginning. It's the big games that counts. You're spending £5 million on somebody to score against Ross County every other week. Spending some £5 million on somebody to turn up and against your greatest rivals and boss it. That's how I would see it. Listen,
I do think again they're going to have a big outlay on trying to get a striker because I don't think Morelos is going to stay in it. So I do think a big chunk of whatever budget they're going to get is going to be towards a.
We've not asked you this, but we asked the other boys if your Rangers rotating this, but
aye,
we said that.
100%.
You've got a different.
I'll take. Aye.
Take a wee chance on him.
Much will you be, Si?
You'd not be a lot, mate. I think
I wouldn't put so much pressure on him being the number one striker. But he's a good player.
If you got somebody in for,
good you're paying attention to.
if you got somebody in for like 3-4 million, and then you could also get Nisbet in for a couple of million, would you take 2 rather than spend 6 on?
If you could get Kevin Nisbet for £2 million, I would take him in a minute.
So say they've got a £15 million budget and they decide to spend £6 or £7 million on a striker. Do you buy one or do you go and get 2 that could maybe equally be?
They've got Cole actually who's proven that he can score goals, hasn't he?
Who else can play in that role? They don't really have too much.
Yeah, I don't know. You need more than £2 million for Shanklin, not.
Oh, what about his third finish, mate? I love shit like that, mate.
Did you see the one that he dinked the goal outside the
box?
box?
It'd be the best goal ever. I love that, mate.
Unbelievable,
Do you think Rangers will try to get him?
Nah.
I honestly don't think.
I think Michael Beale's already said that he's looked at I think he said in an interview not so long ago before the window of us, he's looked in around in Scotland and wasn't too keen.
But why take a risk when you can get somebody? If somebody scored, what has he scored? 20 goals for Hearts. Of course he's going to score goals for Rangers now.
First striker to score a hat trick against Celtic in God knows how many long.
No, I've no. But see the boy Osman at Napoli, right? That's linked with £150 million move, mate.
Shanklin's better, you're saying?
No. So I was reading that like a Belgian team got him for like 300 grand or something. And then Napoli signed him for this Belgian team for a few £1 million. Like, there's obviously players out there.
Yeah.
Finding them is obviously hard because everyone's trying to find them, but it's fucking. Why do always the same teams like your Ajaxes and all these sort of
pick up these
players from nowhere that are just a joke?
Scouting system, innit?
Aye.
Incredible. There'll be hundreds of Aussies in the
But Rangers, they need 7-8 easy.
Michael Beale said the performances now doesn't make him worried about next week. It'll be a completely different type of game. Is he right not to be worried?
Nah, you should never be worried about a game. You're worried about a game you're defeated before you start. So there's no point in being worried. It's just your rivals. You've got everything to lose next week because it's like you say, it's your last opportunity to get some silverware before the season's out, or a chance to win some silverware. But if Celtic beat Rangers next week after the defeat yesterday, is there more noise coming from the fans, or have they accepted the fact that we're just going to have to see it to end the season and see what he does in the summer with a transfer?
How will they approach it?
It's got to be the same as last time, innit?
That's the thing.
Didn't we miss that because you were out that day?
It's weird that you can look at it 2 ways, because I actually think like Michael Beale's Rangers team has done well in the Old Firm games, but they've not won any.
No.
So is that more worrying, the fact that you've actually done?
You've played well but not won the game.
You've done quite well in the games, you're not taking it away from it, because I do think, I agree with what you said earlier, Celtic are due a big performance in one of the Old Firms, and you wouldn't be surprised if it comes at the weekend.
Mm-hmm. And they'll be spewing after last year.
Do you think they'll have that in the back of their mind?
Remember last year?
Semi-final.
Because Rangers won that Europa League run, and they were playing
Rangers
extra time.
Yeah. Was that when Celtic went 1-0 and then Rangers come back 2-1?
Is that why you're worried then? Because of that?
No, I'm not worried. I ain't fucking worried. You're putting a lot of stuff in my mouth today. Hell of a lot of stuff.
I'll be showing you my few man in a shot at.
Get my old Joe packs.
You see big differences between Celtic this year and the team that got beaten in the semi-final last year?
I want to ask you that.
I don't know.
Do you know?
No.
You do.
No.
More depth.
Probably
playing style.
They're more better quality coming off the bench and more numbers. Can change it 60-70 minutes, bring 5 off the bench.
They are very similar to the same style.
The
majority of the same personnel. And like for like replacements, you think last year the Giacomakis, now they brought in similar type of player.
How's he been? I've not really seen a lot of.
He needs to start scoring goals, mate, I think.
I think
he's missed a lot of chances. The ones that Giacomakis takes.
Yeah, he was taking when he came on, wasn't he?
Aye, that especially.
Big athletic boy, isn't he?
But if you're only getting 20-30 minutes, mate, and you get the chance, you need to score it. You need to take the chances.
Definitely.
There's one Saturday he's got to score, mate. He's 3 yards out. He
said
Kelly one Vata puts it across as well. You need to be taking the chances,
Definitely.
But you can see he's got the raw kind of attributes that you need to go and be a player. But again, he's still young as well, isn't he?
See this season, right? See all Celtic signings this year. Is there any that you can say he's been
Johnson's been really good. Flop? Nah.
The centre half not really played. I like.
He looked good against Kelly.
I think he's looked alright when he's played.
He's good, mate. Kobayashi is good. Yep. He uses the ball really well. Because Kilmarnock pressed him with 2 up and he was still playing it.
I always like that. I know I've said it before, but I like that the left footer there.
I think Andy's managed him well, because you think O'Reilly was good at the beginning of the season, then he had a dip, took him out of the team for a few weeks, and then he's brought him back in. He's been solid again, scored a few goals all week. And
that's what I mean. No, that's a guy that's been in and out, and he's a top assist in the league.
I know. Right.
Do you think Moy will play?
That's what I was going to say. If Atati wasn't playing, would you think the midfield would be just McGregor, Atati, Moy and O'Reilly?
Aye.
Moy had a shocker though the last game, didn't he?
I think he'd just been back for injury, wouldn't he? Iwata brings that kind of dynamism, didn't he?
Well, he was the difference in it. Well, not the difference, but he was brilliant in the
in the final. That's a great shout.
I think Rangers have stuck the game as well as what they did the last time the Old Firm was in the league, because obviously Sakala got himself into some good positions. It was final ball. If Rangers can get themselves an early goal, I think it becomes a completely different. But the problem is they get opportunities, they get into good positions, they don't capitalise on it, and then what ends up happening is Celtic got the part, get a goal, and it's like, oh shit, here we go, we're really under the cosh. So for me, Rangers need to try and get an early goal next week, and it'll make it a really interesting cup tie. If they don't, I just see Celtic winning it quite comfortably again. I genuinely do. I just think that we keep talking about how their performance is maybe a wee dip and draw it this weekend, but every time we're leading up to an Old Firm, they say the performance will be haven't been great. And they go and win the game comfortably.
Right,
so I don't see it changing.
Cheers and Celtic.
I would say Celtic are going to win 3-1.
Wow. Score
2-0 Celtic.
No goals for Rangers now.
Can't see it.
Andy.
3-2 extra time Celtic.
You like that old extra time on the Celtic?
I think we'll go extra time, aye.
What do you think?
You can't bet against Celtic, can you?
3-1. I'm going 3-1.
What score, Jack?
Could be tighter.
2-1
Celtic.
Both teams will score.
2-1 I'll go. Right, the split's here, so come on, splits, gaze it.
Need you
on that leather couch.
We need you there.
Spread your legs.
See this? This is the only thing I can brag about now. How about that, wee man?
Dark Horse United.
No dark horse, but I told you they wouldn't go down. I told you they wouldn't. That was last year.
Oh, was it right?
My dark horse this year was Kelly though.
Was it?
Aye, so that's done.
Fucking hell. How much will Livy be kicking themselves? Because if Livy did beat United, would they finish? Everyone talks about how good the season St Mirren have had, which they have, but if Livy had won that game Saturday, St Mirren would have been at the top 6.
Aye.
How much will they be kicking themselves?
If they're
not kicking themselves, fucking Davey will be kicking them, won't he?
I think the biggest thing for Davey is the difference in finance at that.
Have they not got a lot of money now?
Who?
Livingston?
No, they don't.
He never goes on about it.
No, I know.
You should tell me. You should make that more apparent.
I know. I'm surprised he's actually even able to pay them. You know what I mean? I'm surprised he's actually got a team together because he's getting no money whatsoever. He must have some fucking.
But I don't think, and this isn't a goat, Davey. No, at all.
No. Have a go at him.
Drum roll, please.
Have a go at him.
Shite bag.
I don't think there's a lot of money with other teams either, though. Maybe Aberdeen and Hearts and that.
No, though, is there?
But see, like we are like Kelly's and
I'll be a fiver here and there, won't it?
I don't think there's a lot, mate. So Davey should maybe just be quiet slightly.
Be quiet slightly.
Do you think so? I think the budget.
No, I'd agree.
No, you're right.
I'd agree with you.
Your Motherwell St Johnson's
St Johnson's of the world have been.
I think you're order, mate.
It takes somebody brave to say that.
I think you're completely order.
It takes somebody really brave to say that.
Aye.
Because you've all been you've all been on that one with Davey. That's a shame.
He's right, because St Johnson have been playing with the same kind of model for the last 10 years. A certain limit of how much they pay their players.
And Kelly will be playing a lot.
Kelly, Livy and St Johnstone will be the 3 lowest, I think, by a good bit.
Ross County?
Kelly
Ross County will pay well. Kelly, Livy and St Johnstone.
I don't think Motherwell will pay a lot.
Motherwell will be in a bit that as well.
Aye.
I don't think there'll be much between there for.
No.
But in terms of what I mean with the finance, getting in that top 6 would have gave him that opportunity maybe just to splash a wee bit more of the 500 quid you pay extra a week.
But then you say Ross County have got a good budget, but you also need to get boys to move fucking 4 hours up the road.
So
you need that.
You need to put everyone in flats. I know. I think their budgets are fucking hussies.
And Livy don't have a big, massive home support, and they certainly don't have a great away support. So in terms of bringing revenue in, it's really tough.
Even if they finish 7th, it's still a great job.
Listen,
I think
Livingston's job every year is probably to stay in the league with Davies' budget.
Oh,
you know what that is? So I think it's because the last 5-6 games, the run they've had, did they not lose something like 4 draws?
They went a wee bad patch, but a wee sticky patch.
And I think that's probably been the sickener, because had they won just one of those games, they'd have been in the top 6.
Yeah.
Stevie Robinson, St Mirren, beginning the season they started, I wanted him out. I thought he was hopeless, and then bang, top 6. Bosh, shut up.
They get knocked out the cup, didn't they? The
early doors,
cup at the very start.
And he was under pressure, wasn't he?
He was under pressure.
Why do you think it happens to Livingston every year that they are in the top 6 for the majority of the season, come the end, they kind of just fall away? Is it squad size? Is it?
Maybe.
So maybe he's got a point.
Mm-hmm.
You said he never had any. You said he was talking about
no, but you may be right there. You could be, because if they have that extra budget, they could maybe bring in more players the same quality rather than maybe the ones that are coming out to replace the ones.
Because it is usually the same 11 that plays most weeks for Livingston, isn't it?
Aye, maybe I've tossed a coin for a couple of them, but
yeah,
that's it. Maybe he's probably right, Davey, with that one, isn't he?
Oh, so you've backed it?
Robert. I just think with that point there, you're probably the squad size, he's probably right, but I think he does blabber on about it too much. Why text him now about that? About his budget?
What's your budget, mate?
What?
So you skint, mate. You want me to stick a five? So you want me to stick a fiver at the Livy account?
No, give me a good gene to say to him because that wasn't the best.
Just say
injury to Joe Newboy was big, wasn't it?
Is he injured?
Where he was, he missed about 5, 6, 7 games.
Oh, the games ahead. Because when he's came back, he's.
What do I say, Si?
No. On you go, mate. On you go, mate. Dundee United, what a difference.
Listen, Jim Goodwin.
They never got that initial bounce with Jim Goodwin, Kev, didn't they? But I think he says they put him under kind of mini pre-season.
That was what it was.
Fitness.
They do look fitter. They look much more on the front foot in people's faces.
Defensively, they're better. I think that's what they had to improve on. I think defensively they got better. And again, similar to Aberdeen, when you get tighter at the back and you've got players of the quality like Fletcher up front, and obviously that makes a huge difference if you can shore things up. Fletcher again, great finish on Saturday, a catalyst for a few balls in the box, knocking things down, people getting opportunities.
But they seem to be even putting more crosses into the box now, didn't they?
That's it, using what they have to the best of their ability. We're not going, maybe not able to pass through everybody, but what we can do sometimes, we get into good areas, instead of long back to front from 18 to 18, can we get up further up the park and hit maybe like a wee diag? Yeah. Can we get runners off a Fletcher? That's what's giving them opportunities. And for me, like, that's what's that? 3 wins on the bounce?
Yes, it is.
3 wins on the bounce, 9 points, now sitting with a wee bit of breathing space. And because of the 3 wins, we'll give them unbelievable confidence, thinking, right, can we win 2 of these games out of the 5? And that would probably be enough to see them up.
The big centre half done well.
Aye.
Faye Huddersfield, he's came in and done really well.
Jim McGrath was Jim Goodwin's
main man. He's great, that boy.
He's getting the best out of him, isn't he, Andy?
And who's that boy that's up front?
Fletch.
No, Fletch, the other boy. Is it? He's come back in recent weeks. Is it?
Robbie Whitners?
No, he's a foreign boy.
Olsen.
Fucking forget it.
No, it's Fletch not playing up when he's on the McGrath off him now. Niskin, he's playing wide.
He's been a good player as well. So for me, no,
I'll pass.
Listen, fair play to Jim Goodwin, because obviously he took that job on. Everybody's thinking it's a bit of a laughing joke, and it's then you're still laughing. But he's in there and proved his worth.
Yeah.
If he keeps the D United up this year, what a result that is.
Yeah. Good on him, because it was a tough time for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was a real tough time. I actually did feel for him a wee bit the way he ended at Aberdeen, and then when he went into Dundee United, I think they played Aberdeen right after it, wasn't it?
That's right.
And he was getting kind of slaughtered again. It was like, he must be feeling it, but good on him the way he stood up to it and turned it around.
Have you played him since United, since Goodwin came in?
No.
And he's winning now? Sure enough.
No, you won't
be in the bottom since a second thought, will you?
No, you like the split, didn't you?
I love the split.
I don't.
Dying on it?
No, I'm not a big fan.
I just think playing a team 4 times in a season, man.
But we don't know what happened with it, the split, anyway.
Well, I think I restructured the leagues.
No, I agree with that.
You think we'll ever go to a bigger league? It just brings a bit of
excitement, doesn't it?
You think we'll ever go to a bigger league?
I just think...
Who knows, mate, with the guys that
I think a big thing they want is they want to make sure there's 4 Old Firm matches a season.
But there must be a way there must be a way they can do like maybe not quite 4 Old Firms, but have a bigger league and then
Cuppy double end of the season.
Beat the goal at the end of the season, shouldn't
they? Goalie or something, or a game of Kabaddi or something, I don't know.
What the fuck's Kabaddi?
You know, play Kabaddi.
That's what you learned in the bedroom.
It's a great game, Kabaddi.
What is Kabaddi?
You hold your breath and you just keep shouting, Kabaddi. Some mad game that was on in Channel 4 back in the day.
I remember. Right. Hibs secured top 6 status, but there's only one thing we could talk about is that fucking red card.
That's bad, aye.
Derek Ferguson says RIP tackling in football.
Yes. It's heading that way because
that's a disgrace.
He's not had your opinions on the red card.
He's not got opinions on anything, he just sits in the
What are you thinking, Shinny's red card?
I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as what people are saying though. Like, I can see why it's been given a red card. I don't think it is a red because I do agree, like, where do your foot go? But the forces went into, there's no need for him to go in like that. So for me, he's put a seed of doubt in the referee's mind.
Wait a minute, Andy, I've seen you two tackles in
there. And you never got a red. But that's what I mean, the way football is now. Like, if you go in with that force when there's no need to, there's a chance the ref's going to send you off.
How do you go to tackles with you're at maximum force?
No, but mate, watch that tackle again. He doesn't need to go in like that. It's 80-30 in his 80-30.
Every now and then he's 20 in his favour. 80-20 in his favour. If I saw one like that back in the day, I'm thinking, fuck it.
110%.
You've just said it though, back in the day, that you can't intimidating football now. And players know that. You actually know that before the tackle.
No, but the SFA have made that decision and then they've allowed this decision to happen through the week.
That's completely different.
That's for their ego. See that extra game ban? That's for their ego, mate. Putting it, you've dared.
The four red cards before that, there was the extra game added.
What else in the world does that happen? Just
can't even spell frivolous. Spell it.
I'd vote for you.
But you can't be Kevin and Perry.
Mate, you can't compare that tackle to Shinnie's.
Me and you look like Kevin and I look like the wee mum in Cafe Buck. Mrs. Patterson. Sorry, mate, what you said?
Go on.
You can't compare that tackle to Shinnie's.
No, that's not even a foul.
That's horrendous, that.
Why is
Varmo even really straight leg either?
No.
Why is Varmo saying, right, that's not a red card?
What's that? Is that what you're doing with the van?
I don't know.
Just whips out his phone.
The fact that they didn't send him over to the monitor, mate.
Go in here, look at that and just double check we've got that right. He's got that wrong. Up the road, boys, early shift. Fucking mental.
There needs to be forfeits for these guys.
You know what I can see? Them appealing
sit
that.
naked with your cards in your mouth.
Them appealing it in the SFA saying, aye, it's a 3-game ban.
Surely they're appealing that, Hibs,
the SFA will give them the 3-game ban anyway.
No, that has to be overturned. Has to be. Because again, it's not a foul for me.
No,
it's actually not a foul.
It's the way that, have you seen Dom? He's going like that now. He used to be that, and now he's dead.
Cute about it.
See what Bobby Madden done? Imagine that, they just started doing dicks. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? You and your dad still doing the bar?
Brilliant.
Paisley, Kelly, what
that was a shot.
And that's why I'm saying Derek McInnes' teams will not go down, mate. After that Celtic game, any other team goes to St Mirren gets spanked.
I thought Kelly were doing.
He's good at it.
I think the pressure of the top 6 for St Mirren got to them on Saturday, and that's how That's how Kilmarnock produced a result, because I think.
So Nick credit to Kilmarnock, just the fact that.
Credit to Kilmarnock, but you think how St Mirren's been playing. Let's just dissect it a wee bit here, right? St Mirren have been excellent up to this point, right? Really good. Kilmarnock on the road. 20, they've got how many points they've won? 2 points.
Second win, is it? Second win of the season.
Aye, so 2 points I think they've won on the road. So look at that game, you're thinking it's a straightforward formality, St Mirren, but we know anything can happen in football. What's on at stake? Stake is St Mirren the first time in top 6 in how many years?
20 something.
Aye, hundreds of years, right?
Hundreds.
Right? A wee bit of pressure.
Soon.
And Kilmarnock's capitalised because the 2 goals were easily avoidable.
What about the boys' red cards?
Mate, what is he doing,
2 bookings in the 13-6.
Do you know watch the games now? You know watch Celtic and sitting on that.
You
only watch Celtic and Rangers.
And then pulled him back for the
Mate, what is he doing?
Why?
He'll not play again.
You'll never be at half time.
He'll never be seen again, mate.
No, he'll be down the road. Right, son, thanks for coming there. There's your bags on, you go.
Imagine getting booked for shooting the alignment and then the next time
FK Dons in the summer.
The graveyard, the football players, man, FK Dons. But it is an incredible achievement for Stephen Robinson.
Yes, definitely.
And again, I think a big part of their foundation has just been hard to beat. Their clean sheets and.
I think you said at the beginning of the season that the boy Curtis Main and the other boy up front. Mate,
they've got a few.
I know. They 2 were very good at the beginning of the season, and then obviously emergence of the boy in the midfield, McCart. No, what do you call him? O'Hara. No, I was thinking it was
Marco O'Hara's been brilliant.
O'Hara's been really good.
He has been.
And they just have an identity of how they play.
Yeah.
And I think, but no, that bit up, I now want to come on it. What a win that is, because that gives them breathing space, having Ross County beaten earlier in the day.
Are they done? Is Ross County done?
4 points. 4 points, you're needing 2.
St Johnstone could be the one that I think get dragged in.
Aye.
I thought, honestly,
St Johnstone are not far off it, mate.
6?
They're, what are the 6 points? Still to play each other.
Possible, but
do the fixtures, does the fixtures come in it in terms of who plays who away for you and home, mate? Does that come in it for you?
It will do, because
you will Kelly get 3 home games or will Kelly get 3 away games?
Well, that's what the SFA need to decide.
Well, we'll be 3 home games in the split.
Well, you'll have Rangers at home, surely.
How's that decided?
What do you mean Rangers away? Have you not played them once?
Played them at home twice.
I've only managed to get 2 complimentaries this year. Usually 2-4.
Rangers away.
Must be at home.
Hibs at home, Aberdeen at home, Celtic at home. Will be Rangers away and St Mirren away.
So you know what yours will be?
Well, it just goes off the fact that if you've played the other 2 teams twice away, but for example, if the other 5 teams in a split you're due to play all the, like 4 of them away, they'll change one of them.
Somebody misses out with a home fixture. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Somebody misses out with an extra.
So we should be 3. We should be 3 home.
3 home.
Aye.
That could come into it, innit? If Kelly get 3.
Do you think that the SFA will look at these bottom 6 and think, right, okay, if so and so beats so and so next week, we could end up having last day of the season an actual
thriller.
Thriller.
They definitely
like Dundee, Queen's Park.
They definitely do it with like the top 6, I think.
Aye.
Because they'll not want, for example, Rangers and Celtic playing each other.
Could we have an Aberdeen Hearts last game of the season? 100%.
Oh, potentially, aye.
Aye.
Oh, for us,
an Aberdeen Hearts last day of the season and a Kilmarnock Ross County last game of the season. Said it here first.
Mm-hmm. What are you saying, sorry?
I'm saying we'll have a Hearts Aberdeen last game of the season and we'll have a Kilmarnock Ross County last game of the season.
It's strange that you've went against your old club and you've picked Aberdeen for third.
Wow.
That would be good.
I didn't go against my club, I just said it's a fixture list.
Oh, fucking hell.
So who do you think I finished third then?
Who do I think will finish third? On the basis of the weekend.
We're both on 1.
Both of them won, that's what Andy, wait till I finish.
Let's see how much he really loves the Hearts. Let's see if he actually loves the Hearts or not.
I took a bit for the Hearts the other week.
Right,
why?
so let's see.
Why? Because we were talking about...
Let's see if there's going to be a bit of bitterness towards that.
I don't know.
Your decision on who's going to finish third.
I would love to see Hearts, and for my fellow panellists here, to finish third.
No, but who will finish? No, that's not what we asked.
Who will finish third? I think... I'm going to say Hearts because I think Aberdeen are due a wobble.
He's told a lie.
He's played up to the fans.
I think fans see right through that though, didn't they?
Even worse,
They see right through that. They don't like that at all.
Like
5 points is obviously a decent cushion, but I think a goal difference could come into play.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed your time at your freebies up at Tynecastle because I think they're going to stop.
Hearts will beat Hibs at home if that's the game.
Oh, he's trying to go to Derby and you know, Dav, this big game, man.
I think Rangers will want revenge against Aberdeen. I think Hearts are due a big result against Rangers at some point, so that's where I see the difference.
Wow.
We'll hopefully replay this back and say, fucking hell, big man, you were right.
Man, you know your stuff.
Oh, you're going to turn and say, Kev, you're fucking
Can't I believe a word that comes at your mouth for the rest of the podcast.
Aberdeen's got it, I think.
So.
The form they're in's just been incredible.
That's out order saying that in front of him.
No, you can't even have both ways. Can't do that. Who do you think?
I think they'll finish on same points.
Oh, look, he's sitting fucking Humpty Dumpty.
I beat the goalie for third.
No, Kadavi for third.
Hearts are back though.
Aye, but I'm buzzing for that.
What a result, what a performance, 6-1.
Didn't see it coming.
Been a tough time for him.
Front foot, wasn't
Mate, we spoke about it, but Shanks' goal, man.
Oh,
incredible that.
How was Nazy afterwards buzzing?
Aye.
Get his first win, obviously, as the manager.
So, I obviously told you off camera as well. He's been
What was
good.
different about Saturday compared to the week before against Hibs?
Mate, I genuinely think I actually think against Hibs. I actually thought against Hibs. I thought the first half was all right. Watching it back, I thought it was a typical derby. It was end to end. Hibs probably had the better chances off that, but then the second half, we were pulling. Hibs were good, but I thought definitely caught us by surprise at how direct Hibs were because they've not been that team. They've not been like that. Setting it in the middle of the pitch or setting it at the back, spinning it in behind for you and to run in behind. So I think that sort of caught us by surprise. So obviously you're planning on triggers of press, how you're going to press, and the team is just flipping it over the top of you. I thought probably caught us at a surprise a wee bit. Whereas at the weekend, that sort of fell into our trap where the stuff we worked on, Ross County sort of fell into how they've been. It's obviously set up where it's perfect.
is he good on the training pitch, isn't he?
Mate, honestly, like I think when you went on the run that we've been on, it's obvious the place is going to be low in it, especially obviously Robbie losing his job as well. And I think he's done a brilliant job of just coming back in and demanding standards and training intensity. He's been there. So going into the game at the weekend, I was always confident. I know it's mad to say that when you've lost, what did we lose? 5 games in the trot, 6 games in the trot. But I was always confident because I felt we were going to start fast. I think if you look at the run we've been on, we've not been starting games well. And I think the big start that we've had obviously just kicked us on for the rest of the game.
It seems like clubs are doing that now though, isn't it? In-house.
Aye.
Somebody that's in-house take care of the job. I don't mind it. Who's the best example you've ever seen it? Pep Guardiola at Barcelona. He was a B manager and he's seen the slobs, Deco, Ronaldinho, the way they acted.
Watching from afar.
And got them out. I liked that debate they had with Fergie. Pep.
Hansi Flick. See, did he get thinged? Germany. No, he's done shite at Germany. Bayern Munich.
Was he
done shite there as well.
No.
Did he win the Champions League?
Champions League, yes.
There you go.
Aye, but it seems like, especially in this league this year, it's been a hang in it. Kettlewell, Naismith and Robson.
The thing is with the in-house thing, if you're
you can see you sort of outside.
If you're Barry Robson, you're Stuart Kettlewell and you're Nazy, you must be taking a keen interest in the first team as well every weekend, watching how they perform, what they do in training, listen to how things are going, and then so that if that opportunity ever does arise, because I think that's the kind of, I think in terms of your pathway as a coach to a manager, that's your kind of ambition. You don't hope that anybody gets a sack that makes a way for you, but sometimes that happens and you've just got to be ready for it, and I think that's...
I was buzzing for Utaro, man. Buzzing for Oda.
Oh, he was good, mate. He played
really
well.
He was really good, mate.
I was learning.
Very, very minimal, but see the amount that he's learned in such a short space of time has been incredible. Good. He can actually have like a basic conversation with you now, which obviously shows how hard he's trying as well to sort of settle in. But the way he trained last week, he deserved to play.
Is he similar to like the Celtic Japanese boys in terms of like athleticism, fitness?
So much energy, mate. So much. But the big thing for me is what I like about him is he's just always so positive with the ball. Like every time he gets the ball, he will try something. He'll try and be direct. He'll try and go forward. So even if he's having a bad game, you know you can probably get something out of him because, like I says, he's obviously always trying to make an impact. But he was brilliant at the weekend. I was desperate for him to score.
He looked like he put down. GMS has been in tears. No stop greeting since Robbie left. He went and liked every single one of his pictures on Instagram.
GMS, what's happening with GMS? GMS
still struggling with his foot, mate. Aye.
Mate.
He came back on
made a fucking feather.
He came on here.
How long's he been? What is it? He had a blister on his heel.
He's Liz Frank in his foot.
He's got a bunionette.
It's fifth net.
A bunionette. He's got a bunionette.
Do you know what a bunionette is?
No.
It's on the outside of your feet.
It's on the
inside eye.
That's it. You've had. I bet you've had a few belts.
Oh,
I can imagine, man.
You've ever seen in your life.
A bunion.
A bunion.
It's just a bunion.
Just pop the latch.
We should do that at the start of the podcast.
How's that, mate?
It's going to shite off.
I forgot to brush my teeth this morning.
By the biggest game of the Premier League on Wednesday night, Man City Arsenal. So
Wednesday, aye?
Hopefully. My City's going to do the treble.
100%. He's the best, mate.
Can Man U stop him
to win the Champions League?
FA Cup final?
No. Mate, that'll be a non-event, that final. Man United, you watch them against Seville.
Holy garbage to that team, honestly.
Honestly, mate, I was sitting watching it fucking raging.
And
then you've got Paul Scholes, right, saying the goalie shouldn't have passed the ball to Harry Maguire. £80 million player, shouldn't have passed him the ball. Why not?
I saw a time when De Gea passed out to What do they call this? Martinez, and he comfortably controlled it a wee crowd and passed out to the left back, but also
I tell you what,
Ten Hag pass him the ball. 80 million. No, he shouldn't have passed him the ball there.
I know.
Ten Hag will be wanting him to pass the ball, that's for sure.
Oh, he's a break, man.
But they did kick it yesterday, didn't they? Man, you kicked it.
Yes, it's a shite game.
Rubbish.
I love Brighton as well, but
I think like that.
I'm disappointed in Brighton as well. Man City are fucking. That could be doing that final.
I'll tell you who was good yesterday. Sunderland against West Brom.
Sunderland?
Watched it.
Were they playing there?
2-1, beat West Brom 2-1.
Is Morgan going to take them up?
6th. Got Watford at home, pressing away, win the 2 games, have been in the playoffs, and I fancy them big time.
You're going to go down to the playoffs?
I tell you who will get
who's like better, Sunderland or Hearts?
Sunderland.
It's a bad gene for you, mate.
It's not a bad gene. I've been at Sunderland for 10 years, and at Hearts for 6 months.
Good.
I loved my
so
time.
You're going to go down
we need to get another ex-Hearts player on the panel.
Loved my time at Hearts. I loved everything about it. Scored a winner. Amazing.
Never loved Sunderland.
Without the Sunderland, it would never ended up at Hearts.
Oh, so now you're saying that Sunderland got you to Hearts?
Of course they did.
You can see why Hearts have been to Championship and back with guys like that involved, don't you?
Hear me, I never relegated them.
MK Dons have done well.
Aye.
They've done really well.
How's Swindon doing now?
I tell you who was good. Spurs were good.
How good a start to that list for them.
Big guys inspiring. Johnny would inspire you, the big man, wouldn't he? Fucking hell, man. Big man. Smile, liven up.
Again, what I'm going to say is, right, Spurs have no right to criticise Harry Kane when he puts in an transfer request in the summer. Because he should never be on the same pitch as the fucking teammates.
He's got to leave there.
Mate, he's got to leave.
He's
got to leave.
What a start, man.
Mate, what's happened to Son? Somebody tell me what's happened to Son.
He's a cracking player, Emerson Royale.
Better be fucking chicken.
He's been linked to Real Madrid this morning.
Mate, the boy
if he goes to Real Madrid, mate, fit boy's finished.
The boy they've signed to replace him's not been any better. I mean, he's played the boy Pedro Porro.
Yeah, but he's decent. He's like a striker, and they're playing him fucking fullback.
How he was a fullback at Sport.
See his first game versus Spurs, mate. He played half the front. He was incredible. Did you see it? He was brilliant. Up and forward.
I think he could play wing, left or right wing.
He's a winger, mate. He's not fullback.
Aye, but my God.
But the big man is doing great, isn't he?
Harry was on the radio saying, "I'm sitting by the phone, but if they want me to come in and help them out, I'm here."
Bring the phone back in.
Who, Harry?
Harry Redknapp, bring him back couching the phone.
Mate, Neil Warnock, man. Neil Warnock's getting results at Huddersfield, didn't he?
Last game of the season.
Roy Hodgson at
Huddersfield versus
Neil Warnock, no eyebrows either. Look at his face, mate. He's no eyebrows.
Neil
It's
Warnock.
fucking mental.
Neil Warnock.
I'm his boy.
Mate, did you see Neil Warnock's tweet the other day?
Enjoy it being disciplined. Incredible, mate.
What a guy,
Is that
man.
the guy that asked for the drink and forgot to drink?
So good.
Enjoy, but be disciplined.
Is the holidays booked yet, lads?
No, picked on
I'm
yet.
away
Have
soon,
you
mate.
not?
Can't wait.
Where are you going?
Puglia.
Aye.
Might be in a
Where's
cave.
that?
You might be in a cave.
In Italy.
Where's that?
Aren't
Italy?
you? Maybe a cave you're
Got
in.
family over there.
You see, you know what? You're in a cave, aren't you?
Hello.
I'm in a cave, mate.
You
Wait,
sure
where's
you want to
that
go
wee
to Italy?
restaurant?
Because they're all quite tall, dark and handsome over there.
That's
Look
why
at
I'm
you
going.
and look at
That's
that
why
wee
I'm
midget.
going, mate. That's why I'm going. 5'9" up.
What about you, Paul? Where you think they're going? Boca?
Scotland's in it.
Milton Keynes.
Where are you taking Boca? Be good to, like, for the money they're paying if you actually took them to Boca Juniors and show them your heritage. Is
I
that the one?
somebody could be saying that something because if you stay well, you could get a fucking wee movie of that.
What, like you're a link to Boca?
Fucking nature.
Affiliate.
Where are you going? Holidays.
Turkey,
I've no plan.
He's a
But
Turkey
I
man.
would like to go back to Turkey. Get the hair done, teeth done, sorted.
Me and Nazy looking at Ibiza. Yeah, me and the Nazy, girl.
I thought you meant Stephen Naismith.
No.
You and the gaffer and Ibiza. What a great job you done, by you, eh? Fucking brilliant, man.
Hey, Steve, I get a year left. I clear another year.
Where apart from Ibiza, where are you going? Because
Don't
you
know,
always
mate.
go a few places,
Don't
don't
know.
you? American,
McCrory's going to Bristol with Cal, isn't he?
Seen that as linked, wasn't
You're terrorising,
Cal was
aren't you?
back in the team Saturday.
Beat.
he? Right.
Did he beat?
Bristol
one.
City
2-1.
1-2-1.
He's back. Where are you going? Serious holidays?
Australia.
I'd love to go to Australia.
You ever
Just
been to
don't know if I
Australia?
could deal with
No,
20
because
days.
that's pathetic, mate. Because Ange stays there.
Not to
You are pathetic, man.
I am thinking about Australia.
What are you going to do there?
Farm work. I hate people say
See,
say
you
that.
went
Why
farm
just
work,
got
right?
Sonara?
You've got a pure bag of your boat, man.
I felt it for weeks.
See me like do farm work.
For weeks.
Come down to the farm in the summer with me and Big Jane will be your shift.
Because it's like, you know the
What
feeling
were you
up
up to
here.
last night, mate?
That's it on your face again.
What were you up to last night? You get pubes in your teeth.
Who's been sitting on your boat?
Busy, aye.
Oh,
You
man.
feel like
That
that
wasn't even on his
goes,
teeth, but it was just hanging off his bottom lip.
That's been there for a while now.
I might get one of the hot wings of the...
Mate, when's that coming out?
Wait, has the hot wings coming out? Oh, so we
You've
need
asked for it, no,
we need
eh?
your approval.
He's asked for no,
It's the
ain't
worst
he?
thing I've ever done. Ever.
You
Ever.
were amazing.
I
on that.
heard you were bad, Andy.
That's the worst thing
No,
I've
it's
ever
funny.
done by a country mile.
We stepped on the
I
wings.
honestly, Kev, I don't believe for a minute that everybody else done the same heat that
we
we
did.
done. Mate,
We
No, it was the same as what we done, mate. It was.
Could they have been?
The last one's fucking
I was
horrific.
Faddy alright with that.
No,
I
theirs
know,
wasn't
brutal,
it. Their
his
fifth was our fourth.
But even the fourth was fucking roasting.
The fourth
Frank's
was
hot
not.
sauce is fucking roasting.
Oh, mate, it was the worst thing I've ever done, mate.
Boys, it's been
honestly.
great to hear you back.
It's been good.
That was
today.
good, mate.
It has
Enjoyed
been
it.
good.
Thanks very much.